This is the field notes from the proving, short reflections from inside the process of building a life that's earned, not perfected, earned. You see, here's the funny problem with external validation, is that it fades faster than motivation. People get excited when you tell them that you're doing something new. They like the dream, the big announcement, but dreaming feels good. Here's the funny part, training doesn't. Running when you're tired, sweaty, sore, that part isn't glamorous and it certainly isn't exciting. But if you keep showing up long enough, people won't remember the announcement, they'll remember your commitment. The first week was really nice, actually. It felt like integration. I didn't know yet if running was the right choice. I chose it because I guess it tested my discipline, it tested my endurance, and it was something that belonged entirely to me. So honestly, I created a simple schedule to make integration as easy as possible. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for long runs. Honestly, that first week felt good. Nothing dramatic, just consistency. But the good news was consistency at that point in week one was pretty much the only goal. And I feel like I showed up and accomplished that well. And here's the funny part with motivation is that you have to keep going despite what you receive in return from other people or quote external validation as this is taking place. Because after the first run, a few people reach out. They ask and they're curious as to how things are kind of going. But by the second run, no one really asked anymore. And by the third, no one was even really talking about it unless I brought it up. And that was fine because something important started happening. The runs were becoming mine. It wasn't a story. It wasn't a performance, just something I was doing. But there was still something strange about it because for most of my life, the formula validated the effort. Now that voice wasn't really there anymore. And a part of me almost wished someone understood what I was doing. Not the applause, just understanding. But I guess that's what's hard to ask for when you're still figuring yourself out, right? So instead, I guess I just kept running. So up until Saturday, things were really great. 2 runs in, 3 runs in, everything is fine. But then on Saturday, post-run, old habits started to creep back in and relatively fast. And I would call this person the engineer. That engineer woke up. I started to gather some intel about myself and started, of course, looking at the pace. I looked at my heart rate, distance, my weekly mileage, the plan each week for the month and for the entirety. And immediately my brain went to the same place it always goes, optimization. I remember thinking, I feel good. Maybe this plan was just too conservative. Maybe I should increase the difficulty, move it from beginner to intermediate, add miles, push harder. Because even though the running coach kept reminding me to slow down, part of me kept thinking, this isn't challenging yet, or maybe enough at all. And the funny part is, this was week 1, 3 runs in, and I already wanted to prove something again. And as this is happening, running also started to become an escape. Not an escape from responsibility, but a space inside life that belonged entirely to me. I wasn't always thrilled to go on a run, do a speed workout, an interval, a hill, or any of those things. But I was excited to finish the run. I was excited to check the box and hear the ding at the end to say, congratulations, you did it. To know that I'd done something for myself that day. And that feeling became addictive. Not the distance, not the pace, but the quiet satisfaction of doing something different. Week 1 certainly didn't change my life, but it did something important. It turned a decision into rhythm. And rhythm is where discipline lives. Not in declarations, not in motivation, but in repetition. And by the end of that first week, I wasn't declaring war anymore. I was just showing up. And sometimes showing up is the most powerful thing you can do because the proving doesn't happen in the announcement. It happens in repetition. And repetition is where the proving continues.